And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
So Miami coming out for their second drive.
Well, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because...
right on the heels of a pick six. Another ball intercepted. Picked off by Maxwell Hairston. Boy, Charles, a lot of action right out of the gate. The two teams barely off the buses. We've already had the touchdown and now the interception.
Yeah, whatever happened to the feel in that process? You know, kind of throw a few jabs out there, kind of circle the ring a little bit. Both of them throwing haymakers right out of the gate. And the second one was an interception that may cost them.
For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but
all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Josh Allen with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with prior to the game. They always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. And he's got to be seeing ghosts here early on. He's thrown 2 passes. Both have been intercepted. 1 run back for a touchdown. Work to do as they begin 1st and 10. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
A quick reaction as he catches it off the tip.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
You look at this Buffalo defense coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
Definitely going to need to be physical with these receivers, whether that's right at the line of scrimmage trying to jam them and bump them off their routes, or when the ball arrives and you go ahead and put your shoulder into them and try and knock it loose.
Tua going to throw.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just run a ride there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now Achane on 1st and 10.
And he's got room. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Touchdown.
Tyreek Hill with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score.
And to me, the key to a wide receiver run like that is getting around the first edge guy. It's often like a punt returner. Make that first guy miss, because if you can do that successfully and get upfield, we know good things can happen. He's able to take that one into the end zone.
And it's no good. He misses the PAT. So file that one away. Could eventually loom large here as the night progresses. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. So
here come the Bills out for their second drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Well, I don't want to be a jinx partner, put the whammy on him, but I think we could be looking at all-time day on the ground with the way that he's going. Only a few quarterbacks in this league are capable of a 100-yard game, and he's halfway there just in the first quarter. This is a record-setting pace. Hopefully, he can keep it up, and we can have fun watching it.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Only a couple there, so he'll be brought down about the 28.
You talk about this Miami defense.
And they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
Fielded just inside the 30. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give him 9, though, on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point, because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win. But it's hard to have vision as a runner and find the hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like he'll spot it right in midfield at the 50.
After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports.
It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Tua. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. The Dolphins are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown.
There's a reason they call him a ball-hawking safety. It looked like he read that, Charles, and he wasn't stopping there. After he got it, he took it all the way to the house to widen their lead.
And what's interesting to me, Brandon, is that our spotter, Bruce Murray, right before that snap, pointed to his number on my play sheet. Got to see him a little bit as a ball hawk and a return man that time, didn't we? That's just the type of play to expect from him, and he delivers in a big way. Nice call, Bruce.
The extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go and try to put some pressure on the defense.
Here's Tua. He'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
21G. Watch it, Oscar.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. A short one here secured by the tight end Waller. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 39. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
Tua sets up to pass it. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Running left, Achane.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned a load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well. A nice play in that situation.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Tua with a quick throw, caught out wide. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the 1st down. It's now 1st and goal.
Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, well, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. 2nd and goal from the 1. Here's the sneak with Wilson. Then he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
Zach Wilson,
his first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Dolphins get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Sanders on for the extra point. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Tua and the Dolphins offense staying put. They'll go for 2.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Tua going to try and throw for it.
It's complete. And he will not make it to the goal line. He'll come up short. And they'll be unable to get this back within 1 score as it stays a 9-point game. So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away.
And the returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line.
Here comes the Miami defense. They make their way back onto the field. They'll be hoping to come up with that same type of effort they had last time when they forced the punt that led to a touchdown.
And that type of effort just continues to carry over because once you get it done once, you feel like you can do it again and again. It's no guarantee, but you got to like the confidence that they take back out into the field.
Now will they keep that confidence? Time to find out. Now Allen. And that is incomplete here.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
To the air, Allen. Now he'll He'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Throwing now is Allen. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. That's taken in. It's Keon Coleman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Motion man is Shakir. Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Elijah Moore, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Bills are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you meant to the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Up the middle, it's Cook. So halftime is upon us, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. For quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
But we know the guys up front have to protect when it's a pass play, but it's really out wide. Sometimes you're going to swing a tight end or maybe even an offensive tackle to get out there, but most of the time it's fellow wide receivers, and they really weren't up to the task there, were they?
Do you like that call on your own side of the field?
I don't mind that call at all, just about anywhere. But the key is you have to have the confidence, and then they have to execute their blocking assignments. Otherwise, you get the end result we just saw there.
Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return.
And they will take over first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Wright.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Looking to pass. Tua.
And swing this out wide. Here's Achane.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
That's caught by Waller out left side. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So here are the Bills to take over. They fell last week to the Jets, but they've got the lead right now as they start this drive. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Ball at the 33, second and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
Allen now looks to throw. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
10 yards. That's good for Bills. First down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Allen going to throw. And this throw will be intercepted.
And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 15. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
So now here come the Dolphins. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 5. Short throw going to be caught by Waller.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he'll have the Dolphins first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32.
And quickly, they get to the line.
A gain of 7. And the Dolphins first down.
Now Tua. And it's caught inside the 35. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the fourth. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Tua going to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. And he is caught.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Devon Achane.
28 yards.
And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
21G.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a one-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. Field position, they'll start at the 32.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd down at the 35-yard line.
To throw, it's Allen. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes his upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Here's Allen to throw it. Well, this is caught. He hits Moore. And he is going to have the Bills' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And again, it's Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Khalil Shakir, 57 yards. And the Bills look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
The Dolphins offense and Tua Tagovailoa headed back out onto the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. They'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
The Dolphins are lining up for a two-point conversion.
The two are going to try and throw for it.
And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
From the end zone, it's Strong. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, and then get the ball back. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Buffalo Bills. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
319.
Now Allen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And we have an injury on the play, and it looks like the running back, James Cook, is the one who's down. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10.
Over the middle, complete. It's Coleman. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. A first down carry for Davis. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Round 80.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10.
The 17-yard line.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Second and 9 at the 16-yard line.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
And he will have a Bills first down, and that should be that.
A gain of 15 yards. That's good for a
love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the knot. Got some more millies, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it don't fall. We call them Chaucer cause they gonna chop. Took her out of filers cause of hot. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock. Cardiac, I'm the boss man in a suit with no tie. I can't be, I gotta stay. Put me some in the can of this dry. Riding in special like Bunny and Clyde. Don't worry, baby, I keep me some fire. Shenanigans and broken, she cannot decide. The ladies Mercedes, here go to surprise. Don't sleep on Miss Lady, help ride. Back while I'm gripping her side. Nigga mad back, this ain't regular size. You really fly, we like pelican guys. You ain't slick, I can tell her disguise. Upgrade at my wrist, put her gas in the sky. She think I might sign her and change her whole life. I told her to goggle and work on her highs. Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the knot. Got some more millies, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it don't false. We call them Chaucer cause they gonna chop. Took her out of filers cause of hot. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock.
Okay, money, okay, money, I took the Billy Cool back, then I hopped in the car. I put the in front of the Billy in front of the driver. And man, sit there in the road, right, wow. I'm still up, the tires, huh? I'm in the coupe by myself. I had to kick her though when I was 5. Keep the old ones on the shelf. In the fan. I'm sick and tired of me. Act like they fine and telling them lies. Acting like they the one created this and they get all the driven my guys. Yeah, Cartier eye, Cartier coat, Cartier as the watch. Cartier look, Cartier, Cartier spec buffalo on the side. Pussy cut diamonds, they Cartier, yeah. Cartier bad for the Cartier. I ring the cool with 200 the dash. Cartier jeans, ain't no way I can say. Ain't no way I'm ever gonna go out. Man, I can't go out, no way I'm gonna go out. I just grip on her and I show out. I sit like a champ and I wait on a whole lot. I just whip up a new Chanel paddock. I whip with the wrist and I don't break the door out. Turn the whole top floor to off. I'm the rest of one, do about the flood out.
I check the doors, check the windows and pull the blinds. I check the clock, wondering what he'll pull this time. I have a feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying to stay quiet. I don't state maps, that's crazy. How'd you know that? Keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, promises and contracts I used to keep. I don't state maps, that's crazy. How'd you know that? Keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, my hallucination I used to see. Wake up and I found out, did it change up? Wait, did it change up? Is it light out? Yeah, did it find out? Better walk around the edge of the room in the bed with my arm on face. Face around, better try to breathe. Face around, face around. I check the doors, check the windows and pull the blind. I check the clock, wondering what he'll pull this time. I have a feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying to stay quiet. I don't state maps, that's crazy. How'd you know that? Keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, promises and contracts I used to keep. I don't state check the clock, wondering what he'll pull this time. I have a feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying to stay quiet. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I'll keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, promises and contracts I used to keep. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I keep myself up, that's maybe